Tale Factory, where every story teaches you something, every moment lifts you up, and every ending stays with you. From heartwarming kindness to incredible journeys, we bring you stories that make you smile, make you wonder, and make you believe in goodness again. Ready? Sit back, relax, and let's start the tale. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our family for more amazing stories every week. It was a busy afternoon along the old coastal road. Rico, a hard-working jeepney driver, was rushing to finish his route before sunset. Distracted by a heated argument with a difficult passenger, he took his eyes off the road for just a moment, too long. With a sharp screech of brakes and a startled cry, he struck a young woman who had stepped out to cross the street. She was rushed to the hospital, her life hanging by a thread. Her name was Clara, and though she survived the accident, the impact had left permanent damage to her heart. Her condition was fragile. She grew tired easily, could not walk far, and doctors warned that without a heart transplant someday, her life would be cut short. Worse, Rico learned through quiet inquiries that Clara was an orphan. She had no parents, no siblings, no relatives at all. She faced her recovery completely alone. A heavy, suffocating guilt settled over Rico. He could not undo what he had done, but he vowed to make things right in whatever way he could. From that day on, he secretly paid all her medical bills, left sacks of rice, fresh fish, and warm blankets on her doorstep, and visited the hospital when he knew she was asleep, never daring to show his face. After months of care, Clara was allowed to go home. Though her body was weak and her future uncertain, she refused to let despair take root. Every late afternoon, she would slowly make her way to the stone embankment along the Iloilo River, sit on her favorite wooden bench, and listen to the world around her. The gentle lapping of the water, the laughter of children playing nearby, the sound of vendors calling out their goods. She would sing softly to herself and greet everyone who passed with a warm smile, her spirit bright even when her body felt heavy. Rico watched her from afar, his guilt mixing with a growing admiration. How could someone who had lost so much still hold so much kindness and hope? One day, he found the courage to walk over and sit beside her. He introduced himself simply as a man who enjoyed the view, and slowly, cautiously, they began to talk. They became close friends. Rico visited her every day, bringing her books and fresh flowers, listening to her dreams, and falling more in love with her gentle optimism, even as the heavy secret of the accident sat like a stone in his chest. Then came the news that changed everything. Clara's doctor called to say her heart was growing weaker, and she would need a transplant soon to survive. But finding a matching donor was incredibly rare, and the wait could take years, if one ever came at all. Around the same time, Rico received devastating news of his own. After months of unexplained fatigue, doctors told him he had a rare, aggressive heart condition that could not be cured. He had only a short time left to live. As he sat in the doctor's office, a quiet, clear decision formed in his heart. He asked for a compatibility test and discovered something extraordinary. His heart was a perfect match for Clara. Rico arranged everything in secret. He signed all the necessary documents, leaving instructions that his identity should never be revealed to Clara. A few weeks later, he passed away peacefully, and his heart was taken to the hospital. Clara could hardly believe it when the hospital called. A donor had been found. The operation was a long, careful success. After months of rest and healing, she felt stronger than she had in years, light, full of energy, and ready to live fully. The very first thing she wanted was to find her dear friend Rico and share her joy. But when she went to the river bench, he was nowhere to be found. Days turned into weeks, and he never appeared. Clara felt confused and hurt. She wondered if he had grown tired of her, if he had moved away and forgotten her. But deep down, she felt there was something more to his sudden disappearance. One afternoon, a man knocked on her door. He introduced himself as Rico's older brother. With tears in his eyes, he told her the whole truth, the secret Rico had carried for years. "It was Rico who hit you that day," he said softly. "He lived with the guilt every single day, doing everything he could to care for you from afar. When he learned he was dying, he made the choice to give you the only thing of real value he had left, his heart. He wanted you to have the long, happy life he could no longer have." Clara broke down in tears, her hand resting gently over her chest. She could feel the steady, strong beat beneath her palm, Rico's heart, beating within her. She rushed straight to their favorite spot by the river. As she sat on the old bench, she whispered through her tears, "Why did you do this, Rico?" In her heart, she could almost hear his voice, calm and sincere. "Simple. I wanted you to live. You have so much love and joy to give the world. This is my way of making things right, and I am happy knowing I get to be with you, always." Clara cried softly, then smiled through her tears. From that day on, she lived every moment to the fullest, honoring the gift she had been given. She built a warm life, married, and raised a family, always telling her children about the man who had turned a terrible mistake into the greatest act of love. Wherever she went, whatever she did, she carried Rico's heart with her, beating, alive, and full of love. Moral lesson. True redemption is not just about saying sorry, it is about being willing to give everything to make things right. Guilt can weigh heavy on the soul, but selfless love can turn even the deepest regret into something beautiful. Sometimes, the greatest gift we can give is not just a second chance at life, but the courage to live it with kindness, gratitude, and hope.